Welcome to Winning Solutions Inc.'s Construction Appointment Tracking Database template. If you own or work for a construction company, this template would be perfect for keeping track of appointments. If you watch this demonstration and you really like the template, but you own or work for a different type of company, feel free to contact WSI. We can customize database templates to make them compatible with any type of company that you own or run. Let's get started by adding a new customer. We'll just fill out a portion of the information available. Name, John J. Smith. IT consultant. We'll add a test email and phone number. You can also add a picture if you'd like. To do that, just click on the white square, then click on Manage Attachments. Here's where you can click Add. Then browse the computer for the picture we want to add. Then select it and hit OK. It will appear there. We can also add notes, call history, appointment history, and payment history. We're not going to do that for now. We'll just fill out enough to demonstrate this database. Save and close. Now that we have a customer in the system, we can search for them by going into Search Customers. We'll just select Search because this database is empty other than the customer we just created. This has some test data that was already in here. Here's the customer we just created, John J. Smith. We can double-click here if we want to view, edit, or delete this customer's information. We'll select Cancel. We don't need to change any of that. We can also search by filtering information. If we had lots of customers and remembered this one's first name is John, we could search by first name. We can also export our results to Excel. The next thing we'll do is add an appointment. Go to Calendar View. We can see the calendar in Daily View, Weekly View, Bi-weekly View, Monthly View, and Month Day View. We'll use the Day View. We'll set our appointment to begin at 8 a.m. Click in that time slot. We can change the time here as well. Our customer will be the one we just created, John Smith. Worker, let's use Worker 1. Type, let's say drywall. And location, Location 1. All of these can be changed. All of this preset information can be edited to suit your company's needs. The last thing we'll do on this appointment is add a custom color. Let's use red. Save and close. That appointment will show up red on the calendar. The color helps a lot with organization. If you have multiple appointments on the same day, different colors can be selected for each so you can see at a glance when each appointment begins and ends. Let's see what that looks like in the monthly view. There it is. Close out of this. Next, we'll take a look at the maintenance lookups to see how to change the preset information in those drop boxes. Here's all the different things that we have. Let's use location. We'll change location 1 to Ames, Iowa. We can also add items. Location 4. We don't need to save it. Closing will automatically save. We can change all these items. One thing to note is the user logins. Here's all the user information. We can use this to give certain people admin permissions, so they can see things that a regular employee cannot. You can activate that if you need that sort of security for the database. It's in Calendar Setup right here. Activate User Login. This is activated. We can close out of this database, and then, when we re-enter it, we'll have to use the username and password to get into the database. I'll leave that off for now. We'll go back to Calendar View, just to show how the information is updated. Double-click on that appointment that we made earlier. Let's look at location. There's where we changed location 1 to Ames, Iowa. Now back to the main menu. You can also search for appointments. Again, search by a certain filter. Search by a location. Oh, but we never changed the location in our appointment. It still says location 1. We need to go back to Calendar View. Change that to Ames, Iowa. Save and close. Go back to the main menu and back to Search. Ames, Iowa. And there's our appointment with John Smith. You can export the search results to Excel, Outlook Calendar, Outlook Task, print a detailed version of this. That's what that would look like. Close it. Print preview. And here's what the summary looks like. A little less information. I think we touched on pretty much everything. This was just a calendar setup. We can change all the normal information on it, like when we want the day to start, right here, and calendar colors. We can change all these too. We can print invoices, accounts receivable, and cash ledger. We can just search by a certain date interval. Let's do that. Print invoices. That's what that looks like. We don't have anything in there for payments or appointments. Within that certain time frame, we'll close that. That's all there is to this one. Follow the link in the video description below to download a demonstration version of this template to try out or to purchase the full version. Thank you for taking the time to watch this Microsoft Access Expert Template walkthrough, brought to you by WSI. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe or like our YouTube channel for tons of other walkthroughs and tutorials. As always, feel free to contact us for any of your IT needs. I'm going to post our contact information in the description below this video. You can also find us on LinkedIn, X, and Facebook. Please follow or like us. We post quite frequently. Thanks again. Have a great day.